There is an oil sitting on the shelf at AutoZone right now that costs more than Mobil 1, more than Castrol, and more than Pennzoil. But it will void your Toyota warranty the second you pour it in. The guy at the counter will tell you it is the premium option. By the end of this video, you will know every oil to avoid, and the 5 I actually pour into Japanese engines in my own shop. Worst number 1, Rev 360. This brand is so bad that it managed to earn a government stop use order from the state of Michigan. The Petroleum Quality Institute of America tested Rev 360 twice. Once in 2016 and again in 2019, and both times concluded this oil does not meet any recognized definition of motor oil. In fact, it failed so badly that the testing lab could not classify it as motor oil at all. I have seen this brand sitting on gas station shelves in Ohio right next to Castrol and Valvoline as if it belongs there. If you own a Corolla or an Accord and you grab this bottle because it saves you $3, you are pouring engine damage straight into your valve train. But that one at least has a government warning attached to it. This next brand is worse because nobody stopped them. Worst number 2, Q Motor Oil. This one got flagged 5 separate times in under 2 years by the Petroleum Quality Institute. When the lab tested Q, they found iron, copper, tin, and aluminum in the oil. Those 4 metals together tell you one thing: it is used motor oil. Someone is allegedly bottling recycled oil, putting a fresh label on it and selling it as new. Those metal particles will chew through the bearings in a Honda K-Series engine or clog the oil control valve screens in a Toyota VVVT system within months. The Petroleum Quality Institute does not put the words catastrophic destruction on a consumer alert unless they mean it. So you might be thinking these are just sketchy gas station brands and you would never buy them. Fair enough. But there are more of them than you think. Worst number 3, Everclear Motor Oil. Not the grain alcohol, although your engine might actually prefer that. It is an abrasive oil. Lab testing pulled high silicon out of every sample they cracked open. Silicon in motor oil is basically microscopic sandpaper, grinding away at your engine from the inside. The same used oil metals Q found also showed up, so you are getting recycled oil with built-in grit. Japanese engines run some of the tightest bearing clearances in the industry. A Toyota 5.6 runs main bearing gaps at less than the width of a human hair. Put this in your engine and it will score your crank journals and wipe your rod bearings before you hit 100,000 miles. But at least Everclear is the right thickness on paper. This next one is not even close. Worst number 4, MaxiGuard 10W40. I had a customer bring in a Mazda 3 with a ticking noise at startup. He was running 10W40 and changing it on time. So I asked him what brand. He pulled out his phone and showed me a photo of the bottle with the MaxiGuard logo. I looked into it and here is what I found. The viscosity tested at 50% below the minimum for the grade on the label. The anti-wear additive package was basically 0, and the bottle did not even hold a full quart of oil despite saying 1 quart on the label. So this guy was paying for 10W40, getting less than a quart of it, and what he did get was the wrong thickness with no protection at all. This stuff actually made it onto a local TV news investigation in New Jersey. If you see MaxiGuard anywhere near your Honda Passport or your Mazda 3, throw it in the garbage. But it does not stop there. Worst number 5, Mileage 365. I actually found this one myself. I was at a gas station in Pennsylvania last year, and Mileage 365 was sitting right on the shelf between Pennzoil and Valvoline. It had the same price range, same looking bottle, like it belonged there, but it does not. Every single grade of Mileage 365 has come back wrong when tested. Wrong viscosity, weak additives, nothing even close to what the label promises. This brand has been getting caught and showing back up on shelves for over 4 years now, and nobody seems to pull it. If the price on a bottle of motor oil seems too good to be true, it is. But this next one is the sneakiest on the list because of what it says on the label. Worst number 6, Halo Sin Blend. This one tricks people, and that is what bugs me about it. Halo Sin Blend says synthetic blend right on the front of the bottle. So when a Crosstrek owner or a Mazda 3 owner grabs it off the shelf, they think they are getting a decent oil for a fair price. They are not. When this brand got tested in 2022, the viscosity was off, the additives were weak, and the lab straight up said this oil will likely cause harm to your engine. Synthetic blend means nothing if the oil in the bottle cannot even pass a basic test. Now here is where this gets interesting. Everything I have listed so far is cheap gas station oil that you probably expected to be bad. This next one is going to start a fight in the comments, I already know it. Worst number 7, Royal Purple HPS. Yeah, I said it. Royal Purple sells 2 completely different product lines. Their regular API licensed oil at Walmart, with the Starburst certification mark on the bottle, is perfectly fine. But the HPS line is a different animal. That is the $10 to $12 a quart bottle that enthusiasts hunt down because they think paying more means better protection. It does not carry APISP certification, and Royal Purple themselves say it is only for vehicles out of warranty. The GF6 spec includes tests specifically designed to protect Toyota timing chains and keep turbo engines from blowing pistons, and Royal Purple HPS skipped every one of them. The additive package runs sulfur and zinc levels above API limits, which can poison Japanese catalytic converters over time. You paid more money for an oil that skipped the tests Japanese engineers designed, that can damage your emission system, and that hands your dealer a documented reason to deny your warranty claim if your turbo 1.5 grenades a piston. I personally think that is a terrible trade. If you drive a WRX, a Turbo Civic, or any late model Japanese car still under warranty, Royal Purple HPS has no business in your crankcase. Now back to the oils that failed testing outright. Worst number 8, Sergeant P motor oil. I had a guy come in for an oil change on his Accord, and he brought his own oil called Sergeant P. I had never heard of it, so I flipped the bottle around and saw the APISN mark on the back and figured it was fine. I did the change, sent him on his way, and did not think about it again. Then about a week later, I was going down a rabbit hole online looking at bad oil brands, and Sergeant P popped up. A lab tested it, and the oil failed the viscosity requirements and failed the APISN standards. That certification I trusted on the back of the bottle was completely counterfeit. Someone printed a counterfeit API mark on a jug of bad oil, and this guy was driving around with it in his engine because I did not catch it. I called him back and did another oil change on me. Ever since then, I look up every single brand I do not recognize before it goes into a customer's car. But fake certification is not even the worst thing I have found in a bottle. Worst number 9, Super Triple X. Super Triple X is the kind of oil where you do not even need a lab to tell you something is wrong. I have held a bottle of this stuff up to the light and you can see particles floating in it, like actual visible chunks. If you can see debris in your oil before it even goes into your engine, imagine what it is doing to your bearings and your oil pump once it is circulating at operating temperature. The label says APISM, which has been outdated since 2010. So right there, you know nobody's keeping up with this product. But this next one could get you even if you never buy your own oil. Worst number 10, Express Lube Pro. This is the one that should scare you because it takes the choice out of your hands. Express Lube Pro is not a brand you are going to find at AutoZone or Walmart. It shows up at quick lube shops and small independent garages, the kind of places where you pull in for a 20-minute oil change and never think to ask what they are putting in. I have seen jugs of this sitting on the back shelf at shops that service Highlanders and Accords all day. Every time this oil has been tested, it comes back wrong. It is too thin, the additives are weak, and not a single grade has passed. So you could be doing everything right, picking the right oil at the store, changing it on schedule, and then one day you take it to a shop because you are busy and they pour this into your Subaru Legacy while you sit in the waiting room scrolling your phone. Always ask what brand and weight they are using before they start. That one question could save your engine. But the last one on this list might be the most common mistake of all, because these oils do not even look dangerous. Number 11. Any oil still carrying an APISA, APISB, or APISC rating. This is the sleeper on the list. Brands like Black Knight, Excel, Cruise In, and Super S non-detergent are still sitting on shelves at gas stations and hardware stores right now. Those API ratings date back to before 1970. California requires a warning label on them that says not suitable for use in automotive gasoline engines. But in plenty of other states, there is no warning at all. These bottles sit right next to modern 0W20 synthetic and look exactly like normal motor oil. I covered this in our video on common Japanese engine mistakes, and the comments were full of people who had no idea these oils still existed. If you grab one by accident, you are putting a lubricant designed for a tractor in 1950 into an engine built for 0W20 synthetic. Your VVT system, your turbo, and your catalytic converter will all pay for that mistake. All right, those are the 11 oil brands to stay away from. Now let me give you the 5 oils I actually put my name behind for Japanese engines. These are not picks based on marketing budgets or YouTube sponsorships. These are oils that Japanese manufacturers literally put in these engines at the factory. Best number 1, Mobil 1, top pick for Japanese engines. ExxonMobil blends Toyota genuine motor oil in North America from the same facilities that produce Mobil 1. Toyota owners' manuals list Mobil 1 as the #1 substitute for their factory oil. Mobil 1 also carries the Honda HTO06 approval, which is the strictest turbo oil specification any Japanese manufacturer has ever written. I run Mobil 1 Extended Performance 0W20 in my own Tacoma, and the used oil analysis comes back clean every time. At about $28 for a 5-quart jug at Walmart, it is one of the best values in motor oil, period. But if you have a turbocharged Japanese engine, this next pick might be even better. Best number 2, Pennzoil Ultra Platinum. This is the only major motor oil built on a gas-to-liquid base stock. Shell takes natural gas and converts it into a base oil that is 99.5% pure, no sulfur, no nitrogen impurities. Their own piston cleanliness testing shows it runs significantly cleaner than the GF6 standard requires. It carries Honda HTO06 and lists Subaru and Nissan recommendations right on the product data sheet. If I had a Turbo Civic, a WRX, or a Nissan with the 3.0 twin turbo V6, this is what I would pour in without hesitation. The gas-to-liquid base handles LSPI prevention and carbon buildup better than anything else I have tested. If this video saved you from grabbing a bad oil off the shelf, do me a favor and hit subscribe. I drop videos like this every week. Best number 3, Idemitsu. This is the pick that almost nobody knows about, and it might be the best one on this list. Idemitsu is Japan's second largest oil company, and they are the confirmed factory fill behind Subaru, Honda in Canada, Mazda in the United States, and Mitsubishi. That $45 Subaru branded synthetic oil at the dealer counter is literally Idemitsu poured into a different bottle at their plant in Jeffersonville, Indiana. You can buy the exact same oil under the Idemitsu label for about $25 for 5 quarts. I found this out a few years ago and switched immediately for every Subaru and Mitsubishi Outlander that comes through my shop. The volatility numbers are some of the lowest in the business, which means less oil burn-off between changes. If you drive a Forester, an Outback, or a Crosstrek, this is the oil that was in your engine when it rolled off the assembly line in Japan. Now, if Idemitsu is hard to find near you, this next one is at every parts store in the country. Best number 4, Castrol Edge Extended Performance. Castrol Edge checks every certification box that matters for a Japanese engine, including the Honda HTO06 turbo spec. Their own test data shows it handles heat and sludge way better than the industry minimum requires. A lot of Subaru dealerships use Castrol 0W20 in bulk for service department oil changes. It costs a little more, around $33 to $40 for 5 quarts. But for a Subaru Boxer engine with the oil consumption issue that we all know about, the lower volatility is worth the extra few bucks. Less oil evaporating out of the crankcase means less oil disappearing between changes. But if you want the oil that comes straight from Japan, there is only one answer. Number 5. Ineos. I saved the best Japanese oil brand for last. Ineos is the largest oil company in Japan and the factory fill supplier to Toyota, Nissan, and Honda at the assembly plant level. Their oil is blended at a facility in Alabama using the exact same formulations shipped to Japanese factories overseas. They already carry the newest APIS Q&I LSACGF7 specification, which most other brands have not caught up to yet. Ineos is also one of the only brands offering a 0W8 oil for the newest Toyota and Mazda hybrid engines that require that ultra-thin grade. If you want the oil that was literally engineered alongside the engine it goes into, Ineos is as close to that as you will ever find at a parts store. Now, if you think the only way to hurt your Japanese engine is bad oil, watch this video right here. Because there is something people do at the gas pump every single day that is quietly wrecking their fuel system. I guarantee you have done it at least once.